All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Says we're live. Wow. What a thing. Just getting set up, guys. Give me a minute. If you're ready to join the show, let me know. I'll drop the link. In the meantime, I'm gonna make myself a quick cup of coffee. Looks like I need it, right? Look at old Frank Monday needs a cup of coffee. But let's get into it, man. Let's get into some shoes. Let's share some time together if you've got time. Space for fellowship on spiritualism and the occult. I think it should be good magic. Woo! There's two Frank Mondays coming at you. One time, once again, like Finnegan, baby. Let me see if I can straighten this out. Yeah, give me just a minute while I organize my items. And whilst I do that, you can enjoy a little Israel Regardi bringing us in with the invocation of Tahuti. Look at that, two Frank Mondays in the house, baby. What's up? I can appreciate it. I hope you can too.
Invocation of Thoth. Procul, o procul esti profani, par lasti ompeda. In the name of the mighty and terrible one, I proclaim that I have banished the shells unto their habitations. I invoke Tahuti, the Lord of wisdom and of utterance, the God that cometh forth from the veil. O thou majesty of the Godhead, wisdom-crowned Tahuti, Lord of the gates of the universe, thee I invoke. O thou of the ibis head, thee I invoke. Thou who wieldest the wand of double power, thee I invoke. Thou who bearest in thy left hand the rose and cross of light and life, thee I invoke. Thou whose head is as an emerald, and thy nemes as the night sky blue, thee I invoke. Thou whose skin is of flaming orange as though it burned in a furnace, thee I invoke. Behold, I am yesterday, today, and the brother of tomorrow. I am born again and again. Mine is the unseen force whereof the gods are sprung, which is as life unto the dwellers in the watchtowers of the universe. I am the charioteer of the east, lord of the past and of the future. I see by mine own inward light, Lord of resurrection, who cometh forth from the dust, and my birth is from the house of death. O ye two divine hawks upon your pinnacles, who keep watch over the universe, ye who company the bier to the house of rest, who pilot the ship of wrong, ever advancing onwards the heights of heaven, Lord of the shrine which standeth in the center of the earth. Behold, he is in me, and I in him. Mine is the radiance, wherein Ptah floateth over the firmament. I travel upon high. I tread upon the firmament of new. I raise up flashing flame with the lightning of mine eye, ever rushing on in the splendor of the daily glorified Ra, giving my life to the dwellers of earth. If I say, come up upon the mountains, the celestial waters shall flow at my word. For I am Ra incarnate, Keth-Ra, created in the flesh. I am the eidolon of my father Tamu, Lord of the city of the sun. The God who commands is in my mouth. The God of wisdom is in my heart. My tongue is the sanctuary of truth, and a God sitteth upon my lips. My word is accomplished every day, and the desire of my heart realizes itself as that of Ptah when he createth his works. I am eternal, therefore all things are as my designs, therefore do all things obey my word. Therefore do thou come forth unto me from thine abode in the silence, unutterable wisdom, or light, or power. So, Hermes, Mercury, Odin, by whatever name I call thee, thou art still nameless to eternity. Come thou forth, I say, and aid and guard me in this work of art. Thou, star of the east, that didst conduct the Magi, thou art the same all-present in heaven and in hell. Thou that vibratest between the light and the darkness, rising, descending, changing ever, yet ever the same. The sun is thy father, thy mother the moon. The wind hath borne thee in its bosom, and earth hath ever nourished the changeless Godhead of thy youth. Come thou forth, I say, come thou forth, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God the vast one may be obedient unto me.
Sword is commanded and confirmed.
Well, there it is there. I hope y'all can hear me all right out in Happy Land. Not exactly sure where the microphone on this thing is. Somewhere. Let's have a look. I don't see it. Do you see it? Maybe it's all over the place. Anyway, it is what it is. I'll make a little coffee, so there'll be a bit of a breach in the sound quality for a moment. It's okay, though. All right? Just get that coffee made, Frank Monday. Don't worry about the happy horse shit. Oh... I was hoping maybe some folks would stop by and say hello. I was kind of looking for a little more interaction with the community, but it doesn't look per se like that's necessarily going to happen. If not, I'll have to reorganize my schedule and try a little something else. I've got some readings and teachings for the people, which I can resort to and rely upon and put in the public space for another transmission. So it's good magic nonetheless, any way you look at it. All right, let's see how this coffee's doing, guys. You got to keep an eye on this thing so it doesn't run over. My cup runneth over, which indeed it does. Yeah, let's have a little look outside real quick. See what's going on out in the yard. See if I can find my car. Is that my car? Yeah, it looks like my car. See if my neighbors are up, shaking their money makers, getting shit done. I hope y'all good-looking sexy people are doing well out in Happy Land. I can appreciate it. You know I am your friend and well-wisher. Look, can I hide that? Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, so I can actually operate from this platform as well. I could throw up the old banners and so on and so forth. So yeah, there. I remind you, please hit the like button, Wayfarer. Do the thing for the algorithms, the algobots. If you get a chance, check me out on buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday. Pull something in the tip jar. You know how that puts lead in my pencil, the coffee in my cup, and the pep in my step. So that's good magic. Let me see if I can back this off a little bit. Let's see, how's that work? Does that work? Yeah, that looks good. Okay. There's the chat box. I can see it. Oh yeah. I mentioned this a moment ago, that if you'd like to join the show, let me know and I'll drop the link. If not, I will not. We don't want just any old random internet tourist wandering in here. All right. Yeah. I think the sound quality should be even. Ooh. Gonna have to. Let me see here. Gonna have to drop that other Frank Monday. Which Frank Monday is it? Yeah, it's that one. Good. All right, with no further ado. Doesn't look like I can turn the volume all the way down on this thing. Okay. I think I got the right microphone in place. Yes. So let's do this one time. Those old Frank Monday productions coming at ya.
Okay guys, our next comedian is a bit of a treat, to be honest. It is a bit of a treat. He's been away for 3 years. He is now back from the dead. Well, America. Give a big round of applause for Frank Monday.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that shit. Nick's a good man. You know what that's like, being a good man. It's tough in a fucking city like this, though. You know, nobody gives a fuck. They're like, God damn, that's some crazy shit. Motherfucker wearing high heels and shit. Looking good, too, huh? Yeah, you guys like that. That's all right. It's okay to fall down occasionally. I do that sometimes. All right, being back in the G is pretty fucking nerve-wracking. You know, performing for 4 minutes straight. The only other time I get this anxious when I gotta perform for 4 minutes straight is when I gotta make love to my wife.
onion ring. Alright. Onion ring. Yeah, they're alright.
Hey, be watching for the Star Wars blog Rebellion coming out in December. You'll love it. It's follow-up to the award-winning
Can you appreciate
Generations. Oh, yeah. There you go, Frank.
Here's my burger. I think you might be able to. Yeah, there it is there, Los Angeles, California. Frank Monday. Welcome back, Frank Monday. Good to see you, amigo. Blessings and salutations, beloved. Yeah, so we'll get into some invocations and prayers for anybody out there in Happy Land that might be tuning in. Of course, oftentimes these become a source of review for myself. That's why I like to start them off in the right location. So we'll begin with the daily mental discipline in Tao, right? Offered from the Shrine of the Eternal Breath of Tao, Malibu, California, 1979. I am the offspring of the divine nature of the universe. Through the positive, creative, and constructive nature of the universe, I have been given life. May pure positive energy display itself in my life and in my daily life. In my nature and in my daily life, sorry. May only the highest energy manifest in my speech and my behavior. May I demonstrate the benevolence of the universal nature in my relationships with my fellow men and women. May pure positive energy be the only experience of my being. May my spirit and mind be a reflection of the sublime harmony and order of the universe, and may my body be a workshop of the subtle origin. When I have my meal, may the pure positive energy be my true nourishment. When I sleep, may a peaceful nature be my refreshment. When I work, may the exposure of the divine nature be my only task. When I conduct my life, may the universal nature be my only way. Yeah, it's good magic. I can appreciate that one. It might resonate with you, might not. Just depends on where you are in life, right? What you're up to. Let's see what we've got here. Statement of sincerity. I search only for the most refined divine energy which presents itself as the heavenly way. I am willing to follow the way of universal nature and renounce all distorted images and descriptions. I do not doubt the truth of natural beings, just as I do not doubt my own being. My life is the heavenly way itself which dwells in this world. I respect my life and all other lives as well. I keep my life in obedience to the cosmic law of life. I will never willingly violate the heavenly, responsive, universal law of harmony, nor will I hurt my life by ignorant behavior or negative thinking. Yeah, that's very good. That is a foundation to one to grow on, right? That'll take us forward into the next thing, as it were. A little bit of a musical interlude, perhaps. Let's see, what have we got here? Yeah, why not do a little good magic for Dweller of the Dark? Make sure you guys check him out if you get a chance. Dweller of the Dark.
Eagles flying high, cats on the prowl, devils in your bed, their whispers so loud. Witches on my heels, so they'll steal. Running in the dark, truth they conceal. Blood on the walls, splattering us sink. God can't help the dead, no time to think. Hounds howl at night, shadows in the light. eyes wide with fright. Caused up by fate, no way to escape. Threads getting tight, can't see the daylight. Blood on the walls, spattering us sink. God can't help the dead, no time to think. Cards dealt by fate, no way to escape. Threads getting tight, can't see the daylight. Blood on the walls, spattering us sink. God can't help the dead, no time to think.
All right. That was Dweller of the Dark. God can't help the dead. Indeed. It's good magic. I can appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out Dweller of the Dark here on YouTube. Give him a sub. Drop him some likes on his videos. Tell him Frank Monday sent ya. Let's get into a little reading and sharing here today. A little show and tell. Let's see what we got here. Share screen. Select your screen or window. It doesn't give me an option of screens to select, so that's kind of a baloney idea, but it is what it is. I'll go ahead and pop it up here, see what it looks like. Yeah, looking good. We'll jump onto it. What we're going to be looking at today, guys, is over here. The dark origins of Big Pharma. J.D. Rockefeller. The birth of Big Pharma. Let's learn a little bit about. This was brought to my attention earlier today by Chats with Jack Talcott. If you guys don't know him, check him out. Let me see here. That's Frank Monday. Yeah, Jack Talcott. If you go over here to the banners section of the StreamYard, down here at the bottom, I've got it. Live Without Fear is his website, so definitely check it out. And then finding him here on YouTube is as easy as just searching the old title here, YouTube at Jack Talcott. And you can find him in fellowship. We're over there. I'm pretty much over there, once or twice a week, but he's got a daily show, which is a wonderful thing, guys. So if you haven't heard about Jack, make sure you check it out. Let's see. Yeah, so he's the one that told me about this Flexner report and the Rockefeller Foundation, Carnegie Institute, getting busy, right? You can see what these guys are up to. I mean, it's pretty obvious by this picture here and the look on his face, what he's got planned for you, right? Introduction to a shift in healthcare. It says that modern medicine as we know it wasn't shaped by doctors alone. It was in fact engineered by John D. Rockefeller. In the early part of the 20th century, Rockefeller and his vast oil empire played a crucial role in transforming healthcare into a pharmaceutical-dominated industry. By promoting synthetic patented drugs while sidelining natural remedies and alternative medicine, Rockefeller shifted the course of medical practice. This calculated move not only revolutionized healthcare, but also established a powerful monopoly that continues to shape modern medicine to today. All right. Was this transformation a breakthrough for public health or a calculated move to maximize profiteering for his family and his friends? Did Rockefeller create Big Pharma to advance science or to secure financial control over the medical industry? Exploring this hidden story reveals a startling truth about the origins of Big Pharma and why natural treatments were pushed aside in favor of their patent brands and corporations, right? Whether it be Bayer, Coca-Cola, whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna push it, get in it to win it, right? An IP on glucose, sugar, and dark food color in a carbonated soda base, right? That's what it's worth, right? I heard a guy commenting on the Mexican cartels supposedly and their trade in illegal tobacco, and I thought, really, what's illegal? Because they grew it without your consent, all right? Why should Philip Morris or Camel be the only ones that have a controlling interest in growing and distributing tobacco, right? What a thing. The rise of the Rockefellers. One of the most influential and wealthiest figures of the early 20th century, controlling Standard Oil and amassing unprecedented wealth as a robber baron. With such power, he sought to expand his influence into other sectors, and healthcare became a strategic target. And I remind everyone at this point, this stream is this is for entertainment purposes only, right? I'm just reading a website. You can check the website yourself. The World Hour, Dark Origins of Big Pharma. In the early 1900s, healthcare in the United States was diverse, with herbal medicine, homeopathy, and traditional remedies being widely practiced. Physicians used a combination of treatments based on natural sources, including plants and minerals. However, Rockefeller recognized the potential to control the medical industry by promoting synthetic drugs, products that could be patented and sold at high margins. To achieve this, Rockefeller funded the infamous Flexner Report of 1910, commissioned by the Carnegie Foundation and heavily influenced by Rockefeller's financial banking. The report called for major reforms in medical education. The report recommended closing many natural and homeopathic medical schools while promoting universities that focused on a pharmaceutical-based treatment system. As a result, traditional medicine was marginalized and synthetic drugs became the primary focus of healthcare. I think it was more than just the financial incentive. I mean, I think it would make sense to any discerning being out there that it was more about control of those channels and the ability to piggyback anything they wanted into people's meds. Right, that would make more sense to me in the long run than just controlling it, which at a foundational level makes sense too, because then you're controlling where people look to for medicine, which they probably shouldn't, unless it's an emergency, right? You shouldn't really look to Western medicine that much. You should look to your food sources and lifestyle first. Again, for entertainment purposes only. No, I'm not a doctor, so I can't give any medical advice. The gradual fall of natural remedies. With Rockefeller's powerful influence guiding medical education and funding, natural medicine faced systematic suppression. Herbalists, chiropractors, and holistic healers were gradually pushed to the fringes of society. Doctors who practiced alternative medicine were discredited, besmirched, dismarred, vilified, and the medical establishment began to favor pharmaceutical treatments as the gold standard. Meanwhile, pharmaceutical companies flourished, developing patent drugs that generated immense profits. Rockefeller's investments ensured that these companies thrived, creating a medical monopoly that relied on synthetic solutions rather than holistic healing. The shift away from natural remedies was not merely about improving healthcare, it was about building a profit and control-driven industry that Rockefeller could dominate. The Flexner Report's role in reform. A crucial element in Rockefeller's strategy was the Flexner Report, commissioned in 1910 and funded by Rockefeller and Carnegie Foundations. The report evaluated medical schools across North America and promoting those that emphasized pharmaceutical-based treatments. while condemning institutes that taught, don't worry, wait a minute guys, gotta see if I can turn my VPN back on, see if that'll fix the problem. It may or may not. While condemning institutes that taught holistic medicine, as a result, medical schools that practiced traditional or alternative medicine were forced to close or adapt to the Rockefeller's pharmaceutical-centered model. This shift fundamentally altered medical education, ensuring future doctors prioritized drugs over therapy. No conspiracy theory there, right? Just an absolute conspiracy. The Flexner Report's impact extended beyond medical schools, influencing healthcare systems and policies across the continent. By promoting a standardized scientific approach to medicine, it contributed to the rise of large pharmaceutical companies and their dominance in the medical field. However, this reform also marginalized alternative medicine and holistic approaches, narrowing the scope of medical practice and shaping the way future generations of doctors viewed patient care. The long-term effects of this shift are still evident today in prioritizing pharmaceutical interventions over other forms of healing. Guys, please hit the like button if you would. I know it's an extra step to ask, because you might have to be logged in, right? But it looks like I'm not getting any feedback by the YouTubes. Will you be able to hear the sound over the YouTube if I try to play it? Can you hear me on the feedback loop? I don't think it will. No. Yeah, it sounds like it might work. Huh? That's interesting. I've never been able to get that to work before. Huh. I'm glad then that YouTube has ironed that out. Let's get back into the report. Rockefeller's strategic Rockefeller's strategic influence beyond medical schools and research institutes. Through funding and partnerships, he established organizations such as the American Medical Association, which played a significant role in promoting pharmaceutical-based treatments while discrediting alternative medicine. The AMA's influence, combined with Rockefeller-backed medical schools, ensured that doctors graduating from these institutions were trained to rely on pharmaceutical solutions. Pharmaceutical companies under Rockefeller's influence quickly dominated the market. Synthetic drugs replaced natural treatments, and patented medications became the cornerstone of healthcare. While these developments led to significant scientific advancements, they also created a powerful pharmaceutical industry that prioritized profit over holistic well-being. Makes sense, right? One of the most concerning outcomes of the Rockefellers' influence was the deliberate suppression of alternative medicine, natural treatments that had been used for centuries were increasingly labeled as unscientific or quackery. Herbal medicine, acupuncture, and homeopathy faced mounting criticism as pharmaceutical companies gained control of medical discourse. Research into natural remedies was heavily underfunded, while pharmaceutical innovations received substantial financial support. Consequently, many effective natural remedies were forgotten or dismissed, leaving synthetic drugs as the primary option for treating illness. The lasting impact on modern medicine. Rockefeller's control over medicine left a lasting legacy that continues to shape healthcare today. The pharmaceutical industry now dominates medical practice, with doctors frequently prescribing drugs as the primary solution to health problems. While some synthetic medications have undeniably improved health outcomes, the suppression of natural medicine has limited access to alternative treatments that may offer safer, more holistic approaches. The modern healthcare system's reliance on patented drugs has also contributed to soaring medical costs and the overprescription of medications. Rockefeller's calculated move to monopolize healthcare that ensured that pharmaceutical companies would remain central to medicine, often at the expense of alternative therapies. This is probably no new news to you guys, but it is at least a paper trail showing us where some of these things began, right? And again, they point it in the direction of it being just about money, but I don't think that it is just about money. I think it's more about control, right? As Mergecott was pointing out earlier on Chats with Jack. Yeah, hey Jeeps, thank you for the question earlier as well. We have a visitor out in Happy Land, Jeeps311, just stopping by to say hi. Thank you for that. I would go into greater depth about that question. If you wanted to come on panel and chat about it, I would definitely be willing to talk to you a little bit about it. I think that my response to you was kind of just a generic blanketed response, because I didn't want to go in any detail there on Jack's show. So I just responded to you in a very general way. I would say that I've seen some indication that there is a behind the scenes kind of tracking of a social credit system, but as a foreigner, I don't see it overtly displayed. And my wife's a native, and I talked to her about it, and she said she's never heard anything about it. So yeah, that's the only references I have is my own personal experience. But it does seem to me that they've kind of showed their hand during lockdown, and they like openly had an app system where you had to allow yourself to be tracked, and like you could either be green lit, yellow lit, or red lit based on your app. And they wanted to test the waters and see how people responded to that. I think that's probably directly tied into your social credit system. I know that anybody who was kind of opposed to using it or dealing with it kind of got disappeared from society. And so we lost a lot of folks during that tragic time. But it is what it is, you know? Yeah, that there may be something to that. I don't know. I'd have to research it myself. There's nothing overt though. Like as far as I know, nobody's ever shown me anything that would show like a unified system of monitorance that is, I mean, anything outside of like what's kept secret, obviously, but like nothing that people get like updated daily, like Black Mirror or anything. I think it's just unspoken mostly, right? Others believe his efforts were okay, so it says Rockefeller's role in creating Big Pharma is well documented. Debates continue about the true motivations behind his actions. Some argue that Rockefeller's influence was driven by a desire to improve public health through science-based treatments. I think we can all say at this point that that's not what it was about, or even if there was some intent of that originally, that's not what it turned out to be. And by trying to dictate to an entire nation state or even any level of people, like a one policy suits all is just about control and nothing else. So others believe that his efforts were primarily financial, designed to create a profit monopoly that suppressed cheaper natural alternatives. I think that's probably closer to the truth right there. That would make more sense because they've done it at all levels. You know, like I was saying a moment ago, it's not just about medicine, but it's also about what flavor of sugar water you want to get addicted to and drink all day long, right? Or what brand of hamburger you get. You know, it's not just about those. It's not just about money in any way. It's always about control and dominance, because money's just a an expression of that control and dominance, right? Critics suggest that the Flexner report, while promoting standardization in medical education, strategically dismantled competition from alternative medicine. This calculated approach ensured that pharmaceutical companies aligned with Rockefeller's interests and would dominate healthcare for decades. Well, that model just kind of took over, and it's kind of apparent in all models at this point, right? Whether it be government, corporate, whatever have you. You know, it's all kind of based on the same idea: gatekeeping and like distraction and providing a less than ideal profit, a less than ideal product for, you know, huge profits to themselves and their cohorts. So the conclusion: revolution or monopoly. The dark origins of Big Pharma reveal a troubling truth about the modern medical industry. What began as a strategic effort by John D. Rockefeller to expand his financial empire ultimately reshaped healthcare into a profit-driven system. By pushing synthetic drugs while suppressing natural remedies, Rockefeller created a medical monopoly that continues to influence how medicine is practiced today. While Big Pharma advancements have saved countless lives, the deliberate marginalization of alternative treatments raises important questions about corporate control in healthcare. Understanding Rockefeller's role in the rise of Big Pharma is crucial in exploring the ongoing debate about healthcare choices, natural remedies, and the true motivations behind modern medical reliance on prescription drugs. 10th Legion Pictures, alternative medicine. What is all this? These are just they're like tags, key search terms for the article. I guess that's pretty much it for the article. Leave a reply. Doesn't show any replies. Can't imagine how that would be true. The website is the World Hour to show the world. I guess there's a home section here. Maybe they've got some more interesting articles on here. Expose on Bohemian Grove. Elite rituals in the Redwoods. Timeline, Eternal Egypt, how pharaohs engineered immortality. Operation Gunnerside, the daring sabotage that crippled Hitler's atomic bomb. Battle of Jutland, the bloody naval clash that silently and strategically won World War I. Crips versus Army Rangers, nice. Yeah, I'm more a member of a Crip than a Blood, right? Shadow Empire. Ooh, I know who that's about. I guess that's it. Those are their top articles for the week. And yeah, so I wasn't ignoring your question earlier on Chats with Jack Jeeps. I was not really actually reading the chat. I would just kind of look at it from time to time, and I probably overlooked a lot, because I noticed that if I look at it too much, then I get distracted from the conversation at hand on the panel. And at the same time, like, sometimes people say really mean things to you. Like, hey, Frank Monday, why don't you invest in a new grill, right? Why don't you go to a good dentist and get your grill worked out, right? Maybe you can buy yourself a platinum grill and with diamond studded platinum grill so we can make fun of that later, right? So they're always kind of like snarky comments that, you know, they like when said from behind the keyboard, nobody thinks anything about like their actual injury to the person, right? And it may just be feelers. That's fine and dandy. Anyone can say that, right? But injurious words are not helpful necessarily, unless like you're really from like the acme or apex of quintessential spiritual cultivation. Like, it's not really appropriate to give unsolicited advice or make injurious comments. You know, it just hurts people's feelers, which is fine and dandy. You know, I can take it. I've had my feelings hurt again and again. You know, they would say to Hitler right there, your hair's too slicked back. What's up with the little mustache? You know, why the long face all the time? And it's like, maybe if motherfuckers would have left him alone, he wouldn't have done what he did, right? He wouldn't have got all wishy-washy on us and done all that crazy horse shit. We'll go ahead and drop that. It doesn't look like we're going to get any play here tonight on the old Frank Monday channel, guys. We've been hard at it for close to an hour already. And so he says, another time, I've been watching a Chinese guy school Americans on Western psyops and stereotypes that the U.S. government pushes. Yeah, if it's a Chinese guy doing it, though, there's probably a solid connection to that individual, to the party, right? Think about the source. If he's not pointing out any of his own country's psyops and stereotypes that their government is pushing, and he's just focused on the U.S. government, then there's probably something to that, Jeeps. All right, there's something to the fact that he's not coming forward with a sincere, genuine conversation on the thing. So I would be a little bit wary of that. I would say that they're probably, like, back to your original question, about the Sesame Code, as it were. I'd say there probably really is something like that, but it's not like held over the people's head. And I don't think it really will, like, ever will be, because in this society, you get a really dark, overt reminders in subtle ways that the sword of Damocles is always hanging over your head. But I think that you, at this stage in the game, you probably get that from any society, right? They're going to do those things which remind the average user that there are parameters in place and certain, what are they, corrals set forth, and then gates with gate guards. And if you step off the farm, then you're going to go to a new farm, right? I'd say that to any thinking and discerning individual, they know all of that's there already, and you can't escape it. No matter where you go, there you are. So if a person can think, oh, I go to the U.S. to escape the farm here, then you're just on another farm, right? And if you think you can leave the U.S. and go anywhere where you can escape the farm, you're just tricking yourself. No matter where you go, there you are. You cannot escape the self. And in some way, the self is related to the farm, and the farm is related to the self. So I don't think there is any overcoming the, and maybe that's a bit not nihilistic, but defeatist, in saying that it may be already too big for any one given individual to have any real hope in breaking away in any other way than just spiritual cultivation, right? I don't think there are that many options left to us. You could try to get off the grid and live in nature, and that's good. I think that's helpful. But then you're just abandoning the rest of us to a corrupt society, right? So I don't think you really need to go anywhere. You just need to be with yourself and do what you can to embrace personal liberty and freedom and communion with God or Creator, the divine source, in your own individual way, and then work towards the reformation of society in some way. Try to add something of benefit to it all. Try do your part if you feel so inclined. If not, just live in the world and do your thing. Don't fucking worry about it too much, because stressing out over it's going to put you in an early grave. And I think that's kind of a part of the problem. Know what you can do and do what you can do, and then leave the rest up to God. I mean, what more more do we have, right? I'll let Israel Regardi speak on my half with the Bornless Ritual. Join in the prayer if you know it. Some people have this one memorized. I don't. I have the Invocation of Tahuti, the Adoration of Abraxas, the Invocation of Total Integration. I got a few memorized, but I haven't got this one memorized. I never felt compelled. But I do think it is a good one, so I hope you enjoy it.
Thee I invoke, the Bornless One, thee that didst create the earth and the heavens, thee that didst create the night and the day, thee that didst create the darkness and the light. Thou art Asa Arnepha, whom no man hath seen at any time. Thou art Iarbes, thou art Ea Apophras Ra, Thou hast distinguished between the just and the unjust. Thou didst make the female and the male. Thou didst produce the seeds and the fruit. Thou didst form men to love one another and to hate one another. I am Occult the Consu, thy prophet, unto whom thou didst commit thy mysteries, the ceremonies of Hem. Thou didst produce the moist and the dry, and that which nourisheth all created life. Hear thou me, for I am the angel of Ptah, Apophras Ra. This is thy true name, handed down to the prophets of Hem. Hear me. Arain, Theof, Ribet, Artheli Berset, Arbelatham, Arbeu, Ebeu, Phi Theta So A, Ebe, Theaof. Hear me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. I invoke thee, the terrible and invisible God, who dwellest in the void place of the Spirit. Aro, go, go, Abrao, so.
Dang it. StreamYard rebooted and dropped me. Bummer. Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Can you hear me all right? Let's see here. Razer Mic Mini. Yeah, looks like we're connected with the right thing. And yeah, it is what it is, right? We'll go ahead and jump back in there about 4 minutes. I think we're about halfway through. We'll let old Rigardi pick up where he left off.
I invoke thee. Ma bara eo elam kotham athori balo abraf. Hear me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of a rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. Hear me. Aftam, Abaftam, Basom, Isak, Sabaoth. This is the Lord of the gods. This is the Lord of the universe. This is he whom the winds fear. This is he who, having made voice by his commandment, is Lord of all things, King, ruler, and helper. Hear me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. Hear me. E-A-O-U, Pe-U-Re, E-O-U, Pe-U-Re, Eaft, E-R-A-O, E-O-O-U, Abrasax, Sabriam, O-O, Oof, Oof, Adonai, A-Day, A-Do, Angelos ton theon, Alala lai ga-e-ar. I-pe diathana thoron. I am he, the bornless spirit, having sight in the feet, strong, and the immortal fire. I am he, the truth. I am he who hate that evil should be wrought in the world. I am he that lighteneth and thundereth. I am he from whom is the shower of the life of earth. I am he whose mouth ever flameth. I am he, the begetter and manifester unto the light. I am he, the grace of the worlds. The heart girt with a serpent is my name. Come thou forth and follow me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. E-R-O, Sabao. Such are the words.
Yeah, that's good magic right there, man. I can certainly appreciate it. Israel Regardi, the Bornless Ritual. Let's see if this is gonna work. Try to share screen. I want to see if the volume is working when I play a video from. I'll remove that and add that. I want to see if it'll play the audio of a video, if I'll be able to hear it in the feedback. Because last time I tried this, it didn't work. So I want to see for my own understanding if it does in fact work now. So bear with me for a moment, everyone. Whether you be receiving this now or later, welcome back, Wayfarer, Wizard Warrior, Wildcat alike, wherever you are, whoever you are, and whenever you may be receiving this transmission. Hope you are doing well. Once again, like Finnegan, I want to just check the feedback loop on this and see if it's working. Not exactly sure. Oops, I just hit the wrong button. It's okay. On this and see if it's working. Not exactly sure. Oops, I just hit the wrong button. It's okay. No, it doesn't look like. On this and see if it's working. Oops. Not exactly. Yeah, it doesn't look like Asmongold's sound is coming through. All right. Not exactly. Yeah, it doesn't look like Asmongold's sound is coming through. All right. Yeah, you guys can't hear Asmongold, can you? Anyway, he's talking about, I guess you could see the video, but he's talking about Cuba. He says that Cuba's government confirms the communist government has begun negotiations with Trump. So yeah, it doesn't play the audio. I guess you have to have a paid account to do that. I'm not sure, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm at the hour mark, guys, and I got the big 0. So yeah, it is what it is. Thanks for stopping by. Y'all have a great time out there in Happy Land. I thought I'd do a little open door after party and see if anybody wanted to roll in and say hello. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen for me. Y'all good looking sex people, keep on keeping on and doing your thing out in Happy Land. I'll see you on the next transmission. Oh, make sure you do the thing and the other thing And then check me out on buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday. Until next time, peace.